Here are all the reasons why I'm sending the PlayStation VR2 system right back where it came from. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. Yes, you heard correctly, this PSVR 2 is going to be going back right where it came from. But those of you who have not had a chance to get your hands on this system or have one yourself are probably wondering, well, why on earth would he do that? I thought the PSVR 2 was really awesome. Well, I'm going to go through all the reasons why I need to send this back, and I'm not going to keep it. I'm just not keeping it. But first, you might have noticed that there's a PlayStation 5 sitting here, brand new, in the box, still with the tape sealing it up. And you might be wondering, well, what the heck's that doing there? In a different video, I outlined all the reasons why now is a great time to upgrade from a prior generation console to the PlayStation 5, and to help celebrate, we're giving this console away. We're trying to get all the views needed in that video to actually give this thing away. If you're watching this video and you have not signed up for that giveaway, click the link in the description. I'll also put it in the comments as a pinned comment so that you guys have the best chance to find it. Watch that video, maybe win a PlayStation 5. But let's talk about the PSVR 2 now. So it is amazing technology with its IPS panels, its 120 hertz refresh rate, its adjustable IPS interpupillary sensor, whatever it's called, where it can adjust the lenses to match where your pupils are. It is an amazing piece of technology. In fact, going through the initial setup, it was awesome. It was really awesome. That setup process actually gave me a lot of hope for how good this system would be. The augmented reality experience was spot on. There was minimal lag from the cameras to the actual display panel. Before we get too far into this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below. If you've seen some of our content already and have not subscribed, we want you to join our community. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's get back to the video. And it was a very smooth and seamless experience. And the way that they overlaid graphics on top of real life was really, really cool. It got me super excited. But my excitement soon faded as I went to look for the actual games that I could play with the system. So as with any new technology, the number one complaint that you're gonna hear is the amount of available software, the amount of available games. And on the PSVR 2, there's actually a huge gap in the amount of games that are available. So this only works with PSVR 2 games. So all of the old PlayStation VR 1 titles, none of them work. Now they could be updated, they could be patched to work, I think, but the developers would have to go back and do that themselves. Sony is not going to make it work with this new tech. It's up to the developers to make that tech work. So you have a very small, limited number of games that you can play. I also, in a different video, went through and looked at what those games are and tried kind of different genres of each. So the most famous, obviously, would be the one that came with this, which is Horizon Call of the Mountain. That game was a total disappointment for me. It was on rails for a lot of the time, and the rest of the time you're like just climbing stuff and pulling on ropes and ladders and stuff. I got so sick climbing around, looking around. I had to take it off and take a few minutes just to kind of recalibrate myself. At the same time though, the game is amazing. It's really cool being able to go right up to the edge and look down and see a cliff. And the sense of realism that was included in that was really, really cool. It was nice, immersive, and it was a cool experience. Move on to other games. And like I tried a football simulator, and it's just, you know, moving my hands around and stuff. I was reminded of back when I had a Wii. Actually, I still have a Wii, but back when the Wii came out and everyone's sitting here moving a Wii controller around and they're like, this is so cool. It was cool, but the excitement kind of faded as people start to realize the limitations of using one of those controllers. And Call of the Mountain actually highlights the limitations of VR while showing how great VR is. So there's other Horizon games that you can play that have amazing gameplay mechanics. They have amazing battle mechanics where you actually get to fight and move around, and the combat mechanism is really, really good. And then you get into a game like this, Call of the Mountain, and it's very dumbed down, and it kind of takes a back seat. And that's because you're trying to aim with a bow in VR. It's not the same. It's more like real life. So you can't be like an archery legend in VR because it highlights the fact that you have no idea what you're doing, and to make it realistic, you actually have to be able to hit things. Maybe I just suck at VR, but I had a real hard time actually aiming and hitting and understanding what I was supposed to be trying to do. Add to that the fact that, you know, going like this and going like that, and like, it gets old. Sometimes for gaming, you just want to sit down and hold a controller in your hands. Move on to the Star Wars game. It was really, really cool, except to hold the gun, I had to keep holding the index trigger to hold my guns. As soon as I let go, the gun would fall down. I couldn't stow it away anywhere. It was cool when you're in the laser fights and it's like real life. You're like, pew, 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 right? That was cool, but it was a very fleeting cool factor. So at some point you realize you're just a moron with a thing on your face, kind of moving around in a space, and you're having this really cool interactive experience, but anyone that's looking at you thinks you look funny. There was a football simulator and the graphics in it were bad. The gameplay was bad. I kept just like, you're standing there throwing a ball, like the realism's cool and all, but at some point you gotta wonder, like, are you actually looking for realism? So I hope that more games will come that have some really good implementations of the VR, but right now the games are just not that great. One of the other reasons why I'm sending it back is the headset, as comfortable as it is. Don't get me wrong, it's really comfortable to wear. But as comfortable as it still is uncomfortable. So I'm one of those people who suffer from poor vision, so I can't see a whole lot. I normally wear glasses while I'm gaming, and if you've watched me on Twitch, you've seen me wear my glasses. I've adjusted this, I adjusted the distance, I adjusted the IPS, I adjusted everything, and I could more or less see what I was looking at, but it was still kind of a little bit blurry. I did need my glasses on. So once I put my glasses on, it all falls apart. It's not as comfortable. It was clear, it looked good, but I've got my glasses squishing up against my face. I eventually took the glasses off and got it all adjusted to the best case scenario, but you're immediately eliminating a very large target demographic of people. I'm not the only one that wears glasses. I'm not the only one who has bad eyesight. In fact, my eyesight, I mean, I don't want to brag, but I'm actually mostly blind in one eye. And so I don't even see 3D anyway. So the VR component for me is just more about the immersive experience. It's less about depth of field and all of that, because I don't see 3D. If I have my glasses on, I can see it a little bit better, but I've got 2 strikes now because my eyes are bad and my eyes are bad. And so the VR, I'm not getting the whole experience. And again, I'm not the only one. So this kind of targets those people who have good eyesight, who don't need glasses, who have full use of both eyeballs, and then try to create that experience. But on top of that, the headband, it fits well. Like, as far as VR headsets go, it is one of the best headsets for fitment, but it still gets uncomfortable. After about 30 minutes, I was starting to get kind of a hot spot on my forehead where the weight was just bearing down. And if you try to adjust it at all, it actually throws the alignment of the panel out of whack. And so it starts getting blurry and it has a hard time tracking your eyes for some of the games. So it's not a real option for you. You can just do it tighter or not as tight. Those are really your 2 options. The next reason why I really struggled to keep this is the price. So this package was almost 900 Canadian dollars. So I know you can get a cheaper option that doesn't come with Call of the Mountain, but I wanted Call of the Mountain because that was the game that was going to showcase how awesome this was. It made me so sick that my top recommendation for you is, if you're listening to this video or you're watching this video and you're saying, Anton, I'm getting it. I don't care what you say, I'm getting it. My recommendation would be to not get the Call of the Mountain edition, just get the regular base system and then buy Call of the Mountain off somebody else who's getting rid of it, or try the demo. So I didn't use the scratch off ticket. I actually have the PlayStation Plus Premium where I can just try any game I want for at least a couple hours. And so I did the demo trial version, and you can do that and then decide if you like it or if you want to keep using it. For me, I didn't keep using it. You could save some bucks there if you really, really want to get it. But at $900, that's more than this. That's more than this, okay? So you can get a whole PlayStation 5 with God of War Ragnarok and a controller and have the best time of your life, or you can buy one of these and then go buy one of these for another $900. Personally, I just went and bought another God of War Ragnarok PlayStation 5 edition, probably because I want to give it away to you guys, and I need some money back so I can afford, because nobody's watching that video and I got to get a payback somehow, so we can send this back. So big hit on your wallet, and you got to be kind of a VR guy to spend that kind of money. And then the final thing for me is just the motion sickness. So you can get used to it in time, but I think I'm getting too old for something like this. Like, I get dizzy too easy already. When I go to Disneyland, I get sick on pretty much every ride. I love going to Disneyland, I love going on the rides, but I gotta take a bunch of medication before I go so that I don't get as sick. I just can't see myself pounding back a bunch of medication so that I can play a VR game. And there was the sense of, while I'm playing the game, especially Horizon, and I'm sitting there trying to climb the mountain and I'm going like this, just moving all around like this, I was like, what is this? Like, it wasn't even fun for me. It just wasn't fun. Like, I thought this would be fun. I really wanted to play Gran Turismo because that looked interesting. Playing that, I was looking at setting up a whole VR sim with everything and then running this guy. I thought that would be really cool, and I still haven't ruled it out. But that's just one game, and I don't know if I have the kind of time to dedicate to playing a racing sim that much. For those of you who are VR fanatics, I do want to tell you guys this. I'm not dumping all over this as like, this implementation of VR sucks. What I'm dumping on this as is more just VR in general, and a new VR system on a new console needs a little bit more time to kind of fill the space out. So early adopters are going to be waiting a long time. These are going to collect a lot of dust while they wait for that perfect title to come out that they just can't wait to play. But after a couple weeks of owning this thing and having all of the games available, I didn't find myself like super excited to go and play a game. I can see that it's going to sit and not get used for a long time already. I just can't justify having $900 tied up in something that I'm gonna use so rarely. It comes down ultimately to price and performance for me. Now, as a VR system, this is the best implementation you will get. It is the top end, it is the best. Sony knows what they're doing. It is an amazing implementation of VR, and as far as I can tell, it is the best VR experience that you can have right now. If you have a PlayStation 5 and VR is your thing, this is going to be the best way to experience VR in any forum at this point. And I think that at some point, they're gonna hack this so that it can run on your computer, and this will become the headset of everybody's choice. This is gonna be the one that you want, and everything will be measured by this. But for right now, it's a niche product that has a very specific target audience, and unfortunately, that's not me. So it is time to put it in a box and tape that box up. I've already printed my packing label. We're gonna stick this on here and we're sending it back. I'm sorry to all you guys who love it, but I wanna know. Post in the comments down below. What do you think of PSVR? Do you have one? Have you used it? What do you think? Have I got it all wrong? Have I got it all right? Do you support my decision? I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.